ladies and gentlemen, on the Regents YouTube channel. Today is something slightly different, but I was thinking about it and I thought it could be a lot of damn fun. I love doing tier lists, ladies and gentlemen. We've done one for Regents Pro Wrestling before. I've done one way back when with like biscuits and stuff like that back in the day, and I thought let's do a tier list video of our greatest series, of just all of our series on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it's FIFA or PES or baseball or basketball or real life or whatever it is, I've got a picture of some of, I think we have like 69, get it, of our series on this channel, and we're gonna list them in order of best to worst. Ladies and gentlemen, some of these series you guys may never have even seen before on the channel. They are all on the channel. If you click on playlist and scroll down, you can find all of these series. So if you want to give any of them a watch, feel free to do so. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite video or series on this channel's history you have seen? We are approaching 50,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying new stuff on the channel. We're trying to go in a bit of a different direction. I want RPW to be the main thing on this channel, but we're still going to have some fun as well along the way with different videos like this, talking about the channel and having some fun together. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into some tier listing. So here we have the tiers. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Regents Pro Wrestling, goated, very solid, forgettable, bad, and why. Why is sort of like, why did we do it? You know, what was we thinking? What was we thinking when we came up with this idea? Now, hopefully there's not too many down there. I'm sure there may be some, though. First and foremost, though, what I'm going to do is take this one right here. Regents Pro Wrestling. Now, RPW deserved its own spot on top of this tier list. Regents Pro Wrestling, you can see here, 365 videos, a whole year's worth of videos, one per day. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, RPW is the most fun I've ever had on YouTube. It's the most fun I've ever had in my life. Regents Pro Wrestling, I want this channel to be only Regents Pro Wrestling in future. Live every Monday and Friday, the #1 wrestling show on YouTube, the most action-packed, immersive, and entertaining show on all of YouTube. Honestly, become a YouTube member by clicking the join button, join our Discord, and you can get your very own superstar in Regents Pro Wrestling. It is the most fun I've had. It's the most creative I've been able to be as well. It's so much more immersive and involved with the community than like a FIFA player career mode or something like that. Regents Pro Wrestling, the amount of creativeness and immersiveness and role-playing and the community getting involved, there's been nothing like that on this channel apart from Regents Pro Wrestling. That's why it deserves to be at the top. It's my favorite thing of all damn time. I want it to keep growing. I want it to keep getting better. And I want this channel to be known as the Regents Pro Wrestling channel. Like more so than FIFA or PES or anything else, I want RPW to be the greatest thing on YouTube. It's my baby. It's my heart. It's my soul. I love RPW. Make sure you watch it live every Monday and Friday. Join our Discord as well. Oh my God. RPW is so amazing. I had to have its own category. So that's what we're starting with. Now that the best is at the top, we can continue. Crystal Palace Master League, ladies and gentlemen, with Patrick Vieira. Now, I also have our channel here, so we can go down and sort of find the playlists that we are currently ranking, just so we know a bit more about them. Obviously, like I said, RPW, 11,000 views, 365 videos. Oh my goodness, it goes all the way back to March 7th, 2022. That's the reason this is in its own category, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing like Regents Pro Wrestling on this channel. I need to sort that to the top, but we're talking about the Crystal Palace Master League, where Patrick Vieira was the manager. 6,000 views. Episode 1 got 8.3k. This was 3 years ago now on PES 21 with realistic mods. This was actually a really fun series. I was using some amazing mods. We had 21 episodes. I loved the thumbnail design with Patrick Vieira, half and half with a bit of the gameplay as well. I absolutely loved that series. We had our real players in. There's Werther Weber. We had some of our real players in as well. It was really fun. It was one of our first proper Master Leagues we done, you know, outside of FIFA as well. Honestly, I think it was a very solid series. I will say, a lot of these series, you know, RPW has 365 videos. No other series comes close to the length of Regents Pro Wrestling. That's another reason I love RPW. I don't get bored of it. I can continue it for years and years and years. A lot of the other series, there may be some with 5 videos, some with 20, some with 10, some with 2. We have a lot of series that we didn't quite complete, but that's part of the fun and the charm of this channel. But I think the Crystal Palace Master League was a very solid series. I think you could go back and watch it now, and it could still be fun. I really enjoyed that one. Oh, up next, FIFA 22, Florian Herve Flow. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 1 got 21k. Again, this was 3 years ago. Now, this was, you can probably tell by the thumbnail design, this was when I was also doing the Master League with Patrick Vieira, because we had a similar thumbnail design. FIFA 22 was one of the worst FIFAs I've ever played. FC 25 is up there, don't get me wrong. But FIFA 22, man, this was such a bad series. I was so excited coming into FIFA 22. Our channel was growing. We was doing better with player career modes. We were starting to get known as a player career mode YouTuber. And FIFA 22 came out. Oh my God, it was so bad. I could only last 5 episodes before I had to finish it. Ladies and gentlemen, I could only last 5 episodes. It was so bad. It was so boring. It was so awful. Mainly because of the game. Like, the thing is, the series wasn't bad. Florian Herve, his look, his character, I love the character, but the game was just so bad. I'm going to put it in forgettable, because honestly, if I mention Florian Herve, I don't think anyone's going to remember it. It was only 5 episodes. The game was so bad. It was unplayable. We tried again later with mods, but that one was so bad. I'm going to slap it in forgettable, because I loved Flo, but man, it was bad. The game was bad, but the character was thing. I'm gonna put it in forget. I'm gonna get rid of Y and add awful at the bottom. So awful's like our worst playlists. I think otherwise bad and Y are sort of similar. So I think awful being at the bottom, then forgettable makes a little bit more sense. Up next we have Donny Demur, FIFA 20 centre back career mode. Donny Demur, 23 videos, 13,000 in the playlist. Episode 1, 4 years ago, was 32k. 4 years ago, I'm so old. This channel's like 8 years old now. Goodness gracious me. This was an interesting one. This was our first ever centre-back career mode. On this channel, we've done a lot of strikers, cams, wingers, stuff like that. This was our first ever attempt at a centre-back career mode. And again, a centre-back career mode, episode 1 getting 30,000. Back then we had like less than 10k subs as well, I'm pretty sure. So that was pretty good for us. That was very, very good. 23 episodes for a centre-back is not bad either. I think Donny Demur being our only centre-back series as well, I think it was a very solid, considering it was a centre-back. It lasted longer than a lot of the series as well. Episode 1 done well. It was a fun series. We had fun and some memorable moments. I think it was a very solid series. Being centre-back's tough to make entertaining. Very, very tough, which is why we don't do it a lot, playing defense. But that was one of the fun ones, so we're going to slap it in very solid. It's not goated, but it was a solid series. I'm going to change to solid. I think goated, solid, forgettable. I think that makes more sense. FIFA 22, create a club, Regents FC. Again, FIFA 22, that was a dark time. Only 7 episodes in it. I think this was the same thing where I started it, same as our player career. I was so full of hope for this series, and then the game was just absolutely terrible. I think I got to put it in flow. FIFA 22 was the most forgettable year, like, for content on this channel. It was awful. I despised it. It was such a bad game. It was very, very boring. I think we slapped that in forgettable. I think it was just not really that great. Changing gears a bit, F1, ladies and gentlemen. Formula 1, 3 years ago. Realistic My Driver. We actually done 31 episodes of F1. Final race week. We done a whole... Wow, I did not know that. Well, there you go. I remember this. We done Ferrari. You can see my little face there with Charles Leclerc. We started doing... F1 started on Twitch, I believe, and we started doing a lot of F1 on the channel. Actually, it done fairly well on YouTube and on Twitch. Twitch mainly. We had a lot of fun on Formula 1. I think this for an F1 series, compared to our other F1 series, F1 21 was the last good F1 game. The F1 21, I believe, I'm thinking correctly. This was a fun game. And I had a lot of fun doing this series. Again, I think it's a solid F1 series. 31 episodes as well, so you can go back, you can watch it, and have some fun. The full series, we had some good moments in it as well. I believe we started to add some mods eventually in F1 21. It might have been 22, I'm not sure, with the overlays and whatnot. But as Formula 1 goes, we done 1 episode was qualifying, 1 episode was the race. I like the format we had of like 1 episode qualifying, 1 episode race. I wouldn't mind. This was where I will too. I wouldn't mind bringing F1 back. The past few games have been really, really bad, if I'm honest with you. But for an F1 series, that was a lot of fun. Up next, we have The Last of Us Part 2 playthrough. Now, this was before Regents Plays was a thing, so we had other games that weren't sport games on this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, the Regents Kid YouTube channel is sponsored by Regents Pro Wrestling, the #1 wrestling show in sports entertainment, the most action-packed, immersive, and entertaining show on all of YouTube. Live right here on this channel every Monday and Friday, 5 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, the best wrestling shows you will ever see in your life. If you become a YouTube member and join our Discord, links in the description down below, you too can get involved in Regents Pro Wrestling and maybe, just maybe, one day become a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, do not miss out the 2 live shows every single week, and this is who we are. We actually completed the whole game. It was 23 episodes, most of them being like an hour, 40 minutes, half an hour to an hour. Again, I love Last of Us. It was one of my favorite games. I think, obviously, this was 4 years ago before Regents Plays. Obviously, now this would be on Regents Plays. Second channel, by the way, if you haven't already, in the description down below, Regents Plays. We do a bunch of variety gaming over there now. Brand new channel. All things non-sport related. So, obviously, this channel is all about RPW and sports and career modes. That channel's for everything else, all variety gaming. We have a lot of fun over there with a bunch of games. We're currently playing that new Inzoi game. We have a lot of Armor, Battlefield, stuff like that. So, if you are into variety games, go down to the description. Check out Regents Plays. Need to start shouting out more because there's an awesome channel and we have a lot of fun. So, there you go. I think for this one, I think Forgettable probably makes more sense. I love this series. I think it's a solid series, just not for this channel. I think for Regents Plays, it would be a solid series. I think for this channel, it's Forgettable just because a lot of people don't know we used to actually do games that were not sport related. So I think I'll slap it in Forgettable, but I enjoyed it. I love The Last of Us, and I had a lot of fun. As up next, we have PES 21. Now, PES 21, can I just say, PES 21, I mean, we still play it now. Football Life 25 is basically PES 21. PES 21 is the most, like, apart from RPW, I'm talking football-wise, like the most longevity game I've played on this channel in terms of content. PES 21 is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. It might be like the best football game of all time. The amount, like, the people still play it to this day, which is crazy, considering it's a game from 2021. Sesso Kodomo for PES 21. Oh, this was our first ever Asian player. We was in Japan. 31 episodes. I remember this series like the back of my hand. I remember we had to remake it after 26 episodes because there was new mods. It conflicted with our save file, so we had to restart it, basically. But this, honestly, and I think a lot of people will agree, Sesso Kodomo was one of the first PES series that really started to blow up on the channel and was really a lot of fun. I'm going to put Sesso in GOATed. I think he's our first GOATed series. Sesso Kodomo was one of those names. I think he just makes GOATed. I think Sesso Kodomo, 31 episodes, it was so much fun. It was a winger, a tiny winger from Japan. He was super, super fast and super, super fun. I remember having to restart. It was so annoying, but because I was enjoying it so much, I actually did. There was injuries, there was goals. He went to Porto, went to Arsenal. We had like new transfer and stuff. It was a lot of fun. He played for Japan. This was when I first started doing mods, as you can see, realistic mods. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed Sesso Kodomo. I think he deserves to be the first GOATed become a legend. Oh, were the Weber up next. And again, I think a lot of PES may be up in this GOATed area. Were the Weber, man, the big friendly giant. This man, he was like 6'6" from Germany, was Were the Weber. And this was another one where I started it with this, with my mods. It got 6.9k views. Then we had to restart it because a mod pack came out, virtual mods came out, and I got them instead. And it was so much better. 17k views, 12k overall, 24 episodes. Were the Weber, he had a little Were the Weber wiggle he done as well. It was so much fun. Were the Weber was absolutely amazing. Again, this was my first time using virtual red mods. I love the thumbnail design as well. Started at Brentford, went to Wolfsburg. You can see him wiggling. Were the Weber wiggle in full effect. He went to Manchester City, played for Germany, played for RB Leipzig. He was a lot of fun. He's been involved in other series as well because he was so good. Were the Weber, I think he was even better than Sesso Kodomo. He is joining the GOATed category. I think it's, fairly even right now. I like it. Were the Weber was awesome. The wiggle was awesome. He was absolutely amazing. I remember we were asking for Were the Weber so much back in the day. He was a lot of fun. And again, PES 21 is showing up right now over the FIFAs. it's really interesting to see. But yeah, Weather Weber, he was a lot of fun. Switching gears a little bit to Football Manager 23, Manager Reputation Challenge. Now, FM's always had a soft spot in my heart, ladies and gentlemen. The first ever gameplay video on this channel was Football Manager. I think it was like 2017 or 2018. And I've always wanted FM to be a big part of this channel. I really, really like Football Manager. Obviously, right now, the whole debacle with FM25 not releasing stuff, that's, you know, absolutely crazy and whatnot. But I always like FM, and Manager Reputation Challenge was this challenge I basically... I basically made, obviously, I'm not saying I created it. I think other people probably know about it, but like, I didn't see it anywhere else. I thought of it myself and thought it was absolutely revolutionary and amazing. You start as a half-star manager, and your goal is to start unemployed and try to get to being a 5-star manager. I thought it was absolutely amazing, and it's one of the longest and hardest challenge. I would have loved to have had like a full, like, 100, 200 episode series doing this, actually trying to get to 5-star. We've not got there yet. Maybe FM26, maybe we bring it back. Who knows? But I think it's an awesome, awesome challenge. And we tried it a few times on the channel, and again, FM, it's always hard to get to stick when mainly our community was FIFA fans, so that was always a struggle. But I really enjoyed Manager Reputation Challenge. For now, I'm going to put it in solid, but I don't remember the other ones, so I'm going to need to remember the other ones first, and then we can maybe rejig them. But I love Manager Reputation Challenge. I think it's a lot of fun. And again, I want FM to grow on this channel. Again, FM25 not coming out kind of hurts that a little bit, but maybe with FM26 we can give it another go. But Manager Reputation Challenge, it's always a fun challenge to do, starting unemployed, starting all around the world with all the leagues loaded. You never know what's going to happen. And I've already spied the next series. I might as well move this up, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, you know what? We're going to push that back because, you know what? We'll bring it back. It was here to begin with. Ladies and gentlemen, back to back. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, Okoro, first of all, let's just do this. Goat and goat. Thank you very much. Okoro Chimwemwe. Ladies and gentlemen, this series changed my channel. This series... Well, this series didn't change my channel, sorry. This series continued to change my channel. But Okoro Chimwemwe was such a big part of this channel. You can see the player creation. Before the game even came out, we had 70k views. Episode 1, 166,000 views, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 1 is still the second most viewed. This was the most viewed video at one point. Now it's second. I mean, we have a modding tutorial as our most viewed. But Okoro Chimwemwe, oh my goodness gracious me, 166k views was absolutely revolutionary, ladies and gentlemen. Okoro Chimwemwe changed the game. It was such a journey. It really, really was. It was such an amazing character. It's also the longest football series we've ever had on the channel. 86 videos, which for a FIFA series on this channel is absolutely mental. I mean, episode 38 was still getting 12k views, for example, and stuff like that. It was the most viewed series ever. Werther Weber got involved eventually, ladies and gentlemen. He had a rival, Bramo Kubu. Theodor Dragomir was involved as well. As you can see, Theodor Dragomir. We had the World Cup involved. There were so many injuries, so many ups and downs. He had the mask. It was mental. We had not knowing what team he was going to go to. There was so much story. There was rivalries. The thumbnails were amazing. He won the Baldur. It was perfect. It was perfect. This is my favorite football series we've ever done on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing has come close to the peak of Okoro Chimwemwe. I actually made a post today, actually, basically saying, because the goal was this season, I wanted to do a return to glory with Okoro Chimwemwe because he was so good on FC24. I wanted to bring it back in FC25, but the game is just awful. I uninstalled it a few months ago now, and I've been the happiest I've ever been. Even you guys are voting, game still sucks, wait till 26. So apparently the game's still not good. Okoro Chimwemwe, again, you guys watching this probably know about Okoro Chimwemwe because so many new fans came because of him. Was absolutely amazing. And then this year we followed it up with Freak Asen, episode 1, 114k. This is still getting so many views every single day, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. 62 videos. And again, Freak Asen was on par. He was going to be catching up to Okoro Chimwemwe in terms of videos. He was going to be a full year was Freak Asen. I love Freak Asen, which is why he's in the GOATed category as well. Again, it wasn't his fault. Freak Asen was an amazing character. The game was just awful. FC 25 is one of the worst FIFA games I've ever played in my life, which eventually caused me to end this series prematurely. But just the journey in general, he deserves to be up there with Freak Asen. What a series both of those was. But Okoro was just different. Ladies and gentlemen, up next we have GTA, Shenanigans and Heist. And again, I think it's forgettable. I think it was only 8 videos, just random GTA videos. I think Regents Plays GTA 6 is going to pop off. We're going to do a bunch of GTA 6 content. Again, this was before FIFA was absolutely massive and stuff like that on the channel. So we was just having some fun. El Trio Pro Clubs. Now, a part of me wants to put this in GOATed. 17 videos. A lot of you guys won't remember or won't have been here for the, let me put it up. El Trio Pro Clubs 8 years ago. Practically when we started this channel, ladies and gentlemen, FIFA 17, it was just me and my friends playing Pro Clubs. But my God, it was some of the most fun I've ever had on YouTube. It was just me and the boys chilling, playing clubs. The editing is awful, but it's also amazing. It was so fun. If you wanted some nostalgia, go and watch some El Trio Pro Clubs. It was some of the best times of my life. It was absolutely amazing. Back when I was in school and I didn't have to care about work on it, it was awesome. It was awesome, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to put it in. Speaking of GOATed, ladies and gentlemen, Football Live 24. And again, this was when Football Live started to become a thing instead of PES. And again, it done amazing. Episode 1, 65,000 views. It was one of our most viewed videos at the time. This was only a year ago. Football Live 24. Dumal Silu was his name. Again, another Asian player career. Now, the thing is, I don't think we can have Dumal and Sesso. I think Sesso Kodomo goes solid. If I'm being unbiased, I think Sesso Kodomo walked so Dumal Silu could run, ladies and gentlemen. Dumal Silu was like the new and improved Sesso Kodomo. So I think that is more fair to reflect it. But what an awesome series it was. FIFA 23 Goalkeeper Career Mode. Oh, that might be GOATed too. How we got 27 videos out of a goalkeeper career, I will never know. It actually done well though, 23,000 views overall. It done very, very well in the playlist. It was a lot of fun. It really, really was. We was in the Champions League final as well. I think it has to be good. I think this is our best goalkeeper career mode we've ever had. We've had a couple. I think this is the best goalkeeper career we've ever had. It was just me playing a goal. It was awesome. FIFA 23 was a fun one. And again, he was 7'8". We started at 7'8", ladies and gentlemen. Hugo Ortega in goal. It was so much fun. You can see that. We was modded as well on FIFA 23. We was just having fun with mods, gameplay mods, and everything. It was awesome. It really, really was. We're going to slap that up in GOATed. Up next, we have the realistic mods. Now, this was like our first ever modded series, I believe. FIFA 21. I didn't mod FIFA 20. So yeah, this was our first ever modded. It done very well. 34K. And I was like, oh my God, I loved it. This was me not knowing how to use mods though. This was my first ever mods. I was still getting to grips with it. I think compared to the other series, it's rather forgettable. But the fact that it was our first, like, it was a solid idea. But it was my first ever time modding, so it wasn't as clean as like some of these modded series up here. It was just us learning it. You know what? Just so we have some awful, I feel like I gotta put the FIFA 22 videos down here. They were so bad, I feel like I gotta move them down, otherwise we're not gonna have any. So we're gonna put them down there. Modding tutorials, I'm gonna put modding tutorials in solid. Technically, they're GOATed. In terms of views, that's like 88K, 12K, 17K, 29K, 52K, 139K. Obviously, our most viewed video of all time is in here as well. We've done a lot of modding tutorials over our time, but they're just, it's just a tutorial. I don't think it's like a GOATed series. I think it's just a solid, like, for view-wise, they're solid, but there we go. We had another goalkeeper series. Now, I don't think this one was as good as Hugo Ortega, if I'm honest with you. This was a fun idea, though. This was, I was Harry Tuvi, but we had all of our player career modes around us. So Giovanni Perez, Carbo, Zondo, Kofi Kwasi, all of our player career modes was in there as well. I think it was a solid goalkeeping career mode, but it wasn't as good as Hugo Ortega. And then we have the Aston Villa PES 21, Become a Legend. Now, this was the series, 139K. This was the series 4 years ago. This was my most viewed video at one point. PES 21, again, PES 21 is awesome. This was my most viewed video at one point over all of my FIFA series. And again, this was like our start in PES. This was, like, PES 20 didn't do as well. PES 21 really started to go for the kick off the channel with Become a Legends. And this was when I was like, oh my God, people want to watch PES 21. And again, even still to this day, we do Football Life. This series was awesome. Again, most viewed video at one point. I think it's got to be in GOATed just for the fact that at one point it was our most viewed series. And again, it kick-started a lot of these future PES series, which I thought were absolutely amazing. Up next, we have the Football Manager 2018 Arsenal save. Now, this was a live streamed series. This was a live stream series. In terms of my channel's future, this might be GOATed because I met a lot of my current community, or not a lot, but I met some of my current community from this video 7 years ago. Okay, and even some older videos, I met some people as well, but a lot of people start to come into this series. I think it was solid for what it is because, you know, it's back in the day, 25 videos, we used to stream it. This was like my first ever time streaming as well on YouTube. So again, it definitely wasn't forgettable because we still talk about this series, Bowling P and stuff like that. We still talk about this series to this day on our live streams in our community. So I think it was a very, very solid series indeed. Football Life 25 Master League. Now, this involves this is recent, obviously, Football Life 25. Again, I think it's solid. I think it was a fun Master League series. This includes the Fulham Master League. I believe it also includes the Aston Villa Master League with Henry, and now includes the Genoa one that we started. So it's just a clump of Football Life 25 Master League series. And again, I have a lot of fun on Football Life 25. It's not going yet because it's still new, so I think solid is fine. As we move on, another PES 21 Become a Legend. I've done a lot of PES 21 Become a Legend series. This was one of our longer ones, though. Diego Alejandro Gomez. See, I don't want to put them all in GOATed, but they might, like, Diego Alejandro Gomez, 40 episodes. I think that's the longest Become a Legend series we've ever done, if I'm not mistaken. This was one of the most fun ones we had. Like, I remember him so much. Diego, he played for Liverpool, Real Madrid. Oh, no. This was when, bro, we won the Champions League with West Ham. Ladies and gentlemen, I might have to put him up there. We won the Champions League with West Ham United. At 40 episodes, DAG was awesome. DAG was awesome. I'm slapping him up there. FIFA 17 Pro Clubs. Well, apparently there's 2 playlists called Pro Club. We already have that, so I actually added that twice. We'll leave that down there. FM22 beta with Man U. I'm going to put in Forgetful again. A beta save is never long because it only lasts 2 weeks because the beta period is only 2 weeks anyway. But it was a fun little save with Manchester United. MLB The Show 25, Road to the Show. Now, this is the series we're doing now. I think it's solid. I'm loving MLB back on the channel. We've done a few series back in the day, which are still to come. We still have a lot to go. Wow. But I love MLB The Games. I think it's a lot of fun. It's still brand new, so I'm going to put it in solid for now. And I think that's okay. Tyrese Tinubu, it has to be GOATed. It has to be GOATed. This was Football Life 23. This was my first time with Football Life. 51 videos, 56,000 views. Episode 1 got 27k. Tyrese Tinubu, again, this was my first time going away from PES 21 and going into Football Life, ladies and gentlemen. And, oh man, it was special. It really, really was. Tyrese Tinubu was such a great journey. This is what got me into Football Life and still makes me play Football Life to this day. I think it's got to be GOATed. Was absolutely amazing. Now, this is interesting. Regents plays. Now, again, I'm going to put this in forgettable, only because it's really funny. I had a series called Regents Plays, and now we have a channel called Regents Plays, where we play a bunch of stuff. This was, again, just me playing games that aren't football games, aren't sport games. I loved it personally, but it didn't really fit this channel's metrics and whatnot, so I'll put it in forgettable, but now we actually have a full channel dedicated to Regents Plays, so go and check it out. FIFA 21 Trophy Collector, I'm also going to put in forgetful. Again, Trophy Collector is one of my favorite ideas. It just doesn't work as well in FIFA as it does in Football Manager. FIFA 20 Player Career Mode, I think has to be solid. This was, I think we started in FIFA 19 and then FIFA 20. This was one of our first player career modes, though. 28 episodes. Episode 1 got 41,000 views. And again, this was back when I had like 5,000 subscribers. Maybe not even 5,000, maybe less than that. 5,000 subscribers. So it was me trying something new and it really started to do well. And again, this is what started to build the mold of this channel being a player career mode channel. I don't think it's as good as these series as a series, but it was a very solid series indeed. FIFA 20 Manager. Oh, Swansea Manager mode. Again, FIFA 20 was me really starting to like learn about this channel. I think it's got to be solid as well. FIFA 20 was a good year for the channel. It was us learning about the channel and about what we can do. It wasn't as good, you know, we weren't as known as we were for some of these series, but some good ones there. FM24 trophy collector, I think is better than I think that's solid as well. I think that's better than this trophy collector. It works better in Football Manager, that's for sure. Trying to win all the trophies, I love that. I'm going to put it with Manager Reputation Challenge. Those two are my two favorite like FM challenges to do, so I'm going to put them together. Then we have the FIFA 19 player career mode. And now I've got to be fair, I'm going to put it in forgettable. Nothing to do against the actual series. It just was 6 years ago. And again, it was before I was actually known as a player career mode YouTuber. It was us trying to get into the space, which again, it worked. So I'm going to put it near the top because it worked. We eventually got there. But it was just before our time. FM22 Manager Reputation Challenge. I'm going to put it in solid as well. I think it was better than FM23. Again, this was me trying to redo it. But again, this was my first time doing it, FM22. And I love the idea. It just... I want it to stick a bit more. Arsenal beta, I'm going to put forgettable. It was better than Man U's beta, but again, it's just a beta series. I don't think you can class it too much. YouTube Shorts, 431 YouTube Shorts. I really enjoyed doing shorts. I remember our first short was me making a short going, should we do YouTube Shorts? And people say, you know, people like them. It just adds a bit more fun on the channel. We have videos, live streams, and shorts. So I think shorts are fun. 1 to 100. I'm going to put this in awful. I'm being unbiased, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot of solid playlists, but I genuinely believe that I'm trying to be unbiased. This was me getting bored of FIFA. This was near the end of the cycle a year ago now. This was me getting bored and full of mods. Basically, we started at 1 overall, and the goal was to get to 100 overall. It started to break. It got corrupted in the end. It was an awful series. It didn't really stick. The landing, oh, Remy Delbecq. FIFA 22, Remy Delbecq. And I wish... Ah, Remy Delbecq. See, again, this was one of those ones. It lasted 17 videos. FIFA 22 was the worst FIFA on this channel. It was awful. It was an awful game. None of the series was good. Our manager mode, our two-player modes. This was basically me trying to, you know, I think we start with Flo. Oh, no, we started with Remy Delbecq. And then we went to Flo. I don't remember, but... FIFA 22 was awful. It was absolutely awful. I hated all of it. All three of the series, they were awful. And again, I'm not being unbiased or biased, whatever. They were awful. They were terrible. So there you go. Regents Kid Permadeath, I'm going to put in forgetful again. More of a Regents Plays thing, but I had a lot of fun with it. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to put in solid. Baldur's Gate 3, I actually completed the game at 27 episodes. I had a lot of fun. Now, this is kind of biased just because, I mean, it's not even biased to be fair. It got 20,000 views on a sport game channel, on a sport channel, sorry. 33,000 views for a player creation, 8.1 in episode 1. This is, you know, a sport channel, right? Like, this was before Regents Plays, when the game first came out. Baldur's Gate 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. My second favorite game of all time. I was not going to not do a series on Baldur's Gate 3, even if I knew it wouldn't do well. And again, it done pretty decent for a sport channel. We completed the game. Most of the episodes like 3-4 hours near the end. Near the beginning, it was like an hour. I love Baldur's Gate 3. I thought it was absolutely awesome. You know what? I'm going to put it in GOATed just because it's the only non-sport series that done decently well. And we completed it to the end. Okay, so I think for that, it deserves to be in GOATed. Big up Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to do more on the second channel, that's for sure. Giovanni Perez, I'm going to put in forgettable. PES 20 again. PES 21 is when we hit our stride with Become a Legend. PES 20, people don't really remember it as much. I like Giovanni Perez, though. He was a tall, lanky striker, but it's just not as memorable. FM20, Icon or Failure. Now, this was actually a lot of fun. I'm going to put it in solid. Icon or Failure. This was us basically taking over from Arsene Wenger after he left and deciding, can we be an icon or will we be a failure? It was a lot of fun. FIFA 21 Next Gen Player Career Mode. Now, this was an interesting one. This one, it obviously went to Next Gen. It went to PS5, and that was like the whole new thing 4 years ago now. Goodness gracious me. From South Africa. Again, I think we done well with Karabo Zondo. He was a fan favorite. We actually had like a finale with him as well. He played in the World Cup. Did Karabo Zondo. I think he could be GOATed. I think he's going to be near the top of solid. I think he could be GOATed, but I don't think it's quite there yet. Again, FIFA 21 was awesome, and then we took a dip with FIFA 22. Then we came back with FIFA 23, but I think that was okay. Oh, FIFA 22, we had one decent series, actually. We had one decent series. FIFA 22 was Birger Salomonsson. Oh my goodness, there was actually a saving grace from FIFA 22, Birger Salomonsson, which is crazy. And it also... Oh, this is 2-in-1, actually. This was Birger Salomonsson, and then we also started Kojo Odoro in the same playlist, which is interesting. I didn't know that. End of an era for Kojo. This is 2-in-1. Birger... Oh... that might be goated. That's, again, FIFA 22. The fact that we have 3 FIFA 22 in awful and then 1 in goated is crazy. But this was insane. Birger Salomonsson was an awesome winner. This is when we first started doing our random nation too. That was our new big thing. And obviously since then, we do it in every series now. That was our big thing, doing random stuff. And we also done Kojo Odoro as well. Oh, that was absolutely awesome. King of the North. You know what? I'm going to nice it. This was me and my friend Sim. We done an online save. He's a Tottenham fan. I'm an Arsenal fan on Football Manager. We had both our versions or both our gameplay involved. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Very, very good. Sunday until I die, I'm going to put in Forgettable on FM. Omega, I'm going to put in Awful for all the wrong reasons. I had a lot of fun making Omega videos. It was just stupid stuff like during like COVID times and whatnot, but it was a lot of fun. Right wing back, Karim. Now, this one I'm going to put in Forgetful. I really enjoyed this. This was, I think his name was Thomas Vega, I believe. And it was really fun. It was on PS5 trying to learn, you know, like we had success with wing back before. It didn't quite stick as well this time, but it was still decently fun, pardon me. Minecraft, we've done some decent Minecraft videos on this channel, actually. Hardcore modded Minecraft for a non... you know, Minecraft channel. I think we've done decent with it. MLB The Show 20 Road to the Show, I think was solid as well. I'm going to put it with the current Road to the Show. MLB The Show 19 and 20. We actually done decent back in the day with MLB fans. I'm trying to bring it back now with baseball fans. FM 20 West Ham, I'm going to put in Forgettable. Was not ideal. Oh, Regents FC. Ladies and gentlemen, this was goated. 40 videos, all of them live streamed. Ladies and gentlemen, Episode 1 got 10k views on a live stream 6 years ago when no one knew who I was back in 2019. Again, this is Regents Pro Wrestling is made. Oh, Regents Pro Wrestling doesn't exist without Regents FC. Regents FC was the first ever time I thought, we have this community. Back then, I had like 10 viewers, or 5 viewers, like regularly. It was crazy. But even then, we had people coming back to these series, coming back to these videos. It was absolutely amazing. We actually got to the Premier League as well, which was crazy. Funny enough, we got to 2025, which now we're in. But back then, obviously, that was 5 years in the future, which is crazy to think of. But yeah, this was awesome. You start in League 2 with your creative club. All of our community was involved. And again, it was basically Regents Pro Wrestling back then. It was awesome. I loved it. Regents FC was never as good as FC 2019 as well. This was peak Regents FC. Absolutely good. And again, from this series, I still have people that I talk to every day. Best friends of mine that I met from this series. So, shout out Regents FC, man. Kofi Kouassi, the midfielder, was a very solid player career in FIFA 21. The Journeyman series in FM 20 was actually decent as well. We tried to do a Journeyman. I love the thing. Again, FM's not... I think these could have been goated if FM was bigger on this channel, but for what they were, I think they were solid. FIFA 20 midfielder career mode is going to go near the top of solid. This was, at the time, at FIFA 20, my most videos of a series, 45 episodes. It was absolutely awesome. And again, we didn't do that many long series back then. Playing as a midfielder was so much fun. FM 21 Trophy Collector, that one wasn't as good. I'm going to put it in Forgettable. And then PES 21, Become a Legend. That might be goated. I'm not trying to fire through them. I've been recording for 50 minutes. I don't want this to be too long of a video. But PES 20, again, this was before we was really known. So I don't think it's as on par as PES 21, but I think it was a solid beginning series to introduce people to PES. North London Derby save, again, this was similar to King of the North. I'll put it with that. FM 19 Journeyman, I think we can put with FM. I think FM 19 was better. If I remember. The Wingback series, this one might have to be goated. Again, FIFA 20, this was what put me on the map even still to this day, when I ask people what your favorite video is on my channel, a lot of people still say this wingback series. Again, FIFA 20, I wasn't known at all. 57k views, though. I got absolutely gassed. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be famous, ladies and gentlemen. People love this. And again, it was a wingback, which was different. No one used to do wingback series back then, so it was different. It was awesome, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely a goated series as we wind down. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. I've done 22 videos on this. Well, again, back before I was known, so forgettable. Philadelphia, now this one, MLB 19. This was back when I didn't get a lot of views, but again, episode 1, 10k views in Philadelphia. We brought in a lot of Philadelphia fans in this. I had a lot of fun with it as well. I'm going to put it near the top of solid. For an MLB series on a football channel, like a primarily British UK channel, it done really well, which I really enjoyed. I tried to remake it this year, not doing as well, but I have a lot of fun on MLB games, so I think it belongs in solid. 1976 is my league. I think pretty forgettable. Unboxing and tutorial. I'm going to put in solid only because I had some fun. I used to do a lot of unboxings and stuff. I had a lot of fun, so I'll slap it in there. Sang Song Min, the goalkeeper career, not as good as our other goalkeeper careers. And then we have Theodore Dragomir. Again, I think belongs up there. 71 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. It was crazy because FIFA 22, like I said, was not the best year on this channel. Then we went to FIFA 23 and we blew up. Ladies and gentlemen, FIFA 23 came out, 139 views on this episode 1. It was so much fun. Again, this was our randomizer thing. We randomized everything. The mod tutorials really took off on FIFA 23. FIFA 23 was a great year for the channel in terms of growth. All these tutorials and whatnot. It was absolutely amazing for us. Episode 2 done amazing as well. Episode 2 and episode 2 of Okoro on the same amount of views, which is pretty darn cool. But yeah, Theodore Dragomir was amazing. I didn't think we could outdo it, and then Okoro came around, and we actually did, which is why Okoro is the top of GOATed. Theodore Dragomir is second, and then Freak Asen is third. Football Life 25, Become a Legend. That's our current one. I think it's a very solid series. I'm really enjoying Antonio Gaspar. Philadelphia Phillies to MLB. MLB 20. It was short and didn't get as much views as 19, but still a lot of fun. Alvaro Barbero was very solid. I had fun on that. Not as long as others. And of course, we've done the Pro Club. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the final list. At the bottom, we have some FIFA 22 videos. Florian Herv, our Regents FC, Remy Delbecq, 1 to 100 and Omegle. We have a few forgettable series. That's going to happen with any channel, ladies and gentlemen. It happens to the best of them. You have some stinkers. We have a lot of solid playlists, which I stand by. I think all of these are very solid. I think they're very fun. They have some history behind them, but they're not on the level of these goated series. Okoro Chimwemwe, Theodore Dragomir, Freak Asen, DAG, Tyrese Tinubu, Werther Weber. Oh my God, we had some amazing moments in these series, but of course at the top, Regents Pro Wrestling. Live every Monday and Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed something a little bit different today. I think it's a lot of fun though. I think it's fun to look back and reminisce at our series. Let me know what you think is right and wrong on this list, and I'll catch you in the next one. Watch RPW, buy RPW merch, and join our Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Also become a YouTube member and subscribe to Regents Plays. Link in the description. Much as always, take care and peace. Before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Whee!